We got Optimistic in the house.
Mm.
Live on the Mental Margarita Show, all the way from Australia.
Thank you so much for having me, bro. Most appreciated, man.
Oh, man, this is phenomenal. You know what? I tell you, I got a chance to really do some research on you, my friend. And wow, I am just so delighted to see someone care about the music, care about the culture, and that presents it the right way.
Oh, thank you, man. That's good to hear. That's what I want to hear. That's exactly what I want to hear. Thank you.
So, West Australia, Perth, is that, did I say that right?
That's correct. Yep. Perth, Western Australia. Yep.
So tell me about your upbringing a little bit.
I grew up in a very small bush town, bush like desert, like red rock, big snakes, kangaroos, emus, little hot desert mining town where my father was working on the mines. I think it was about 400 people lived out in this little town. And that's where I grew up, and I found hip hop on our little 2-channel TV. And that's when, Run DMC was coming through. And
Run DMC.
yeah, Run DMC made it out early. Got to see all the Run DMCs. Oh, MC Hammer Time was kicking back. And then all the other stuff started flooding through. But that was my upbringing. I was born in like a desert town for my childhood. When I hit my teenage years, I moved to the coastline, where I am now, Rockingham. And I grew up on the beach, so then it became more fishing and water sports. And then I moved to the big city in my 20s. I moved over to the East Coast to Sydney. I spent most of
Wow.
my 20s in the big city, and then I moved back. Home to settle
Wow.
down, raise my family, and because I love it on the West Coast. The West Coast is beautiful over here. It's quieter, and it's
Oh,
just the beaches are beautiful. I love it.
it's definitely one of my destinations. I got to come kick it with you.
Yeah, man. You hit me up. I'll take you around. I'll chauffeur you around. I'll look after
I'm
you.
telling you, man, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
Now, what I love about your music, old school, modern influences, but what I really love is lyricism. So you're
well,
someone that prides yourself on that, and you got real broad philosophical themes in your music and all that stuff. But what were some of the artists that truly inspired you once hip hop really just took a hold of your heart?
as a child, one of my very first big idols was Speech from Arrested Development.
Oh
Obviously,
yes.
obviously on a worldwide scale, they got out big. So Run DMC and Speech were my two early influences. Excuse me. And then as I grew up, as other stuff came through, I really got more attached and really fell in love with like your Redman, your Method
Yeah.
Man, your Sticky Fingers from Onyx. I love that.
Onyx.
Yeah, Onyx. I love that dirty grime and the energy. I loved a lot of energy. So I was kind of blending. I was loving energy, and I was really loving conscious hip hop as well. I was loving the styles of very spiritual and conscious stuff, such as speech and that talking.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. And then it grew, obviously all your Wu-Tang, all those mid-90s and the 90s came out, and just loved it, man. I was just
And
inspired
here
by so
you
much.
are. And look, here's the good thing. You start getting the bug, you start doing your music. You're hitting independent radio stations, you're hitting online platforms. What is the temperature of Australia's hip hop scene while all this is going on?
I mean, it's good, man. Australia's very good, and it's very diverse here. They've got I mean, same with up in the States, there's a lot of different styles. So here it developed from a small little community where nobody was going to the shows when we were going. It was only the artists and friends. There wasn't really a fan base at
Wow.
all. It was just small little groups. And then finally, now it's massive. Now you've got some artists who are packing out stadiums and going berserker. They're doing great stuff, they're really big. And there's there's kind of like you got your commercial, radio friendly hip hop. You got your real dirty street stuff going on. You got artists like myself who are very connected to like the original form of hip hop. And then you got people who are now doing a thing which is just called Aussie hip hop, which I'm not sure about. But anyway, man, there's a thing called Aussie hip hop. So they've kind of
Aussie hip hop.
yeah, they've owned their own little niche, you know, and there's young kids now growing up who will only listen to Aussie hip hop. And, you know, there's just, yeah, it's cool because it got more versatile and the styles changed and it's everywhere now. And I tell you what, a person who did a big influence on that out here would definitely have been Eminem too, man, because hip hop went
Wow.
from not many people listening so much, you know, some people did, and then M broke out, and wow, yeah,
Wow.
he did a he did big changes here for sure, man.
Big
Definitely.
shots out. Big shots out to Eminem. Big shots out to his musical contribution. And speaking of musical contributions, so you had albums like Day of the Guiding Light, followed by The Shadow,
Mm.
Salty Waters,
Oh yeah,
2018, Salty Waters 2, Protectors of the Lost Art. I love that name.
yeah, it's dope.
Hip
That's
Hop
dope.
Temperament, Take 'em Underground. What is your proudest body of work?
I love the Salty Waters sequels, man. Salty Waters 1 and Salty Waters 2 are my heart. It really felt like there's a point where I'd reached a good peak and the quality had gone up. My collaboration and connections with artists such as Onyx and Boot Camp members and Wu-Tang members and Bone
Right.
Thugs and all that stuff, like all those artists, like I'd made good rapport with a lot of artists and the doors were just opening easier for the connections then as well because, you know, one would validate for another artist. So,
Wow.
you know, when I'd reached out to such and such, it would be like, oh, yeah, oh, okay, you've done tracks with Onyx. So that already gives a bit of a validation.
Right.
So they're like,
Right.
okay, let me hear what you're working with, you know?
What
So
you're working with.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that was good. And that's cool. And then the best thing was like, you know, those days I was getting like, you know, like Keith Murray on the phone and talking to Murray or Sticky Fingers
Yeah.
and you know, when I'm getting love from, you know, Murray, who I loved growing up, you know, Murray's going, dude, you can spit, man. You know, Murray's giving me these credits. That was beautiful to me, man. It made me feel like all the hard work, the passion, the drive that I put in was paying off.
Was paying
And
off.
that's all I wanted. I didn't care about anything else but having solid finished products. And that's all
Yeah.
I wanted. So I felt like I'd accomplished a lot of dreams by the end of those two albums.
Yeah. And you know what? Building the brand. And what a lot of people have to understand is when you build your brand, it comes with a lot of paying dues.
Yeah.
And you can, you start building relationships, you start building rapport, and then it becomes a domino effect, especially when you have the talent. And optimistic, you definitely have the talent. Now,
Thank you.
speaking of talent, I mean, you mentioned Method Man, the single.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a smash. No pun intended, but it was a smash.
It was it was a smash.
How did that feel, man? Just hearing that.
Dude, that was dope, man. And it's still I always get shocked to this day about stuff like that, especially if I, you know, because when I create the songs, I listen to them so much as I'm being so finicky and changing little things and that I get sick of the songs for, you know, you get sick of hearing it. And then if
Yeah.
I come back to it 6 months later, it's like a refresh mind blow, you know, like, oh,
Right.
you know, I did that. Damn, that was crazy, man. So yeah, it is nuts, especially for someone such as myself, being an independent artist from Australia. You know, I don't have no label, I don't have no backing, I don't have no management. I push myself, I work hard myself, I reach out and you know, I do have a small team of friends who are also producers and stuff like that who definitely make a big influence, a big part of my journey. But other than that, yeah, you know, we're just a small group of a tight knit friendship, and you know,
Wow.
we try to create good hip hop. It's that
That's
simple.
that's so beautiful. And you got this tight niche and you're creating, and you're so good at what you do, and to see it translate and become worldwide. Now, are you thinking about coming to the States and doing some shows and really getting active?
Oof, I don't, I'm honestly not too sure. I did come back over back in 2000. I went for 2015. I flew over for 3 days. I flew over 3 days from Australia. And I shot 3 videos. I shot the music video with Keith Murray. I shot the video with Rock and Mr. Cheeks. And I shot the video with Chip Fu, Do It All, and
Fool.
Aful Ra. That was crazy, man. And Chip Fu was the one who got me to the States because a few months prior, he came to stay with me for a little bit, for about a week, I think it was. And we shot a video and played some shows down around Perth. Um, and then
Okay.
one of my cameramen was going to the States and he asked me to go. And Chip Fu was the one that really made me feel comfortable to come. He was like, come, man, I'll pick you up, I'll look after you. And he
Yeah.
did. I landed at 11 o'clock at night. Chip Fu was there the next morning at my hotel. He's driving me to
Wow.
go. We picked up Aful Ra somewhere in Brooklyn, I think. Then we went Then we went to Flatbush, and Do It All was waiting there for us. And that was crazy, those three,
Do
putting
it
those three,
all. Come on.
dude, man, the Lords and those three together,
Legends.
put them onto a song together. And then next minute, we're on a rooftop shooting a video clip. An hour later, like,
What?
crazy, man. And then the crazy thing was that happened. I went to bed at some ridiculous hour at night. I woke up a couple of hours later again, had a big breakfast, the big American breakfast that you guys do there. Yeah, they're big brekkies, man. So I need a big breakfast in the morning. And then I met Rock in Crown Heights. Rock picked me up in Crown Heights and drove
What?
me and drove me to Sackman Street in Brownsville. And
Oh,
wow, man, that was an eye opener for someone like me. And then Mr. Cheeks met us there. We shot the video of Mr. Cheeks out there. And then we ended
Mr.
up,
G.
yeah, Lost Boys, man. And then he drove us back to Queens, to a studio in Queens, where we shot the second half
Wow.
of the video, man. And then I don't know what time Rock dropped me off that morning, man. I got back really late. And then the next day, I woke up with a really bad headache. I had another big breakfast. I popped a couple of Panadols, and then I was off to Times Square to meet Keith Murray that night. And me and Keith Murray
Wow.
ran around Times Square and had, man, the fun we had, man. We just ran around Times Square shooting this video. And then the next morning, I got on a plane back to Australia, and it was
Oh,
just a whirlwind trip. And it was like, wow, what it felt like a dream. It all felt like a dream.
wow.
So that's
I,
the only time
oh,
I've been to the States, man. It's the only time I've been there. I don't think I've got any plans at the moment to be heading over. I've got another child on the way who's about to pop out next month or in March.
congrats. Congrats.
Yeah, so I think my lady's gonna have my bum locked down locked down for a bit staying home, man, to help out with the fam, which I'm really excited about. So it's all
Well, are
good.
you going to get back in the studio? Even though you're on lockdown, can you sneak in, sneak to a studio?
Definitely, 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 man. I've built a studio in my house for these
Yes.
occasions, so I am all good. So yeah, well, that's what I do. I have about another 4 or so projects in the mix at the moment, so I'm always chipping away and creating something in the background. It's always work.
That's fantastic. Optimistic. How if someone is tuning in right now, how does the audience get a chance to reach out to you, hear some of these great albums that we just spoke about? We're definitely going to be playing a song on the show, but how do they reach out to you?
All right, and all platforms as always, man. Any digital space, optimistic, OPTIMYSTIC, optimistic. Yeah, man. Check the YouTube channels, check their Instagram, all that stuff, man. They're all out there. Everything's out.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm a fan, my brother, and I want to thank you so much for being on the Mental Margarita Show.
Nah, thank you, man. It means a lot to someone like me, man. A little small person like me out here, so that means a lot. That means a lot.
Well, you got two small people here then. And you know what? I can't wait because maybe after the baby grows a little bit, I might have to be able, I might be able to get you to come out to Vegas for a little bit.
Wow, that would be something special, bro. I would love that. I would love that, man.
Yeah. Staten Island and OG Math, let's go. Yeah. Girl, your attitude jacked up. Why is that? With a booty so fat, I bet it beat when it back up. Mac truck on your grill, messing your Mac up. Call me homie, that don't mean I'm trying to shack up. Be a man or be trapped up. Before a drama queen can act up, my belongings is packed up. Gone, find another cutie to snatch up. Call her plan B and my plan B to wrap up. I just wanna sex on the real and get the type of neck that make your next wanna kill. I mean, I'm talking Netflix and chill. We can order pay-per-view and leave your ex with the bill. Yeah, I only check where it count. With all due respect, bad check, I'm a bounce. So before you leave them keys to the house, just know that I don't wanna be your spouse, girl. I wanna
smash the model on my king size mattress. Kissing and touching, she wanna give me love. The game like the #1 smash it. Singing to her now, she says she just a little drunk. My hood game be that good thing. Turn around and throw it back, you know what I want. Make it clap until I throw the cash. She's celebrating cause we made a smash.
Excuse me, miss, I think you dropped this. Conversations, let's pick it up right here. How you doing, enjoying your night? Yeah, baby gave me the green light stare. With sex in her eyes, my mind starts to fantasize about deep down between the thighs. Plus a love, sexy smile. I ain't trying to impress ya, I'm just trying to undress ya and leave your panties soaked on the dresser. So let me bless ya. Not trying to confuse ya, baby, I wanna do ya. Chocolates and roses, nah, I ain't trying to woo ya, not trying to boo ya up. Sexy tight body, baby, I just wanna like a squirrel chasing a nut. And you hypnotize me when I'm staring at your butt, but it's not your booty mixed with your beauty. Sexy tan skin, baby girl, you's a cutie. As I hit it from the back, all I wanna do is
smash the model on my king size mattress. Kissing and touching, she wanna give me love. The video game like the #1 smash it. Singing to her now, she says she just a little drunk. My hood game be that good thing. Turn around and throw it back, you know what I want. Make it clap until I throw the cash. She's celebrating cause we made a smash.
I love my women artistic and a little superstitious. Thick lips and big hips, bootylicious. Cutie on my wish list, make that the missus. Back her on the ass when we doing the dishes. Yo, it ain't just a banging body that caught my interest. This little hottie got me hanging out relentless. Just a little obsessed, we're getting funky and fresh. Infatuated by flesh, I'm only human at best. So I bang to the booty and do it for the nookie. When I'm pulling out the woody, you be giving up the goodies. Smashing out hard like an all-star rookie. In your birthday suit with a Wu-Tang hoodie. And that's fact, she knows how to act. Not a lady in the public, but a demon in the sack. Got nothing but respect for my little kitty cat. Who get gritty and grimy when we want a bit of that.
Smash the model on my king size mattress. Kissing and touching, she wanna give me love. The video game like the #1 smash it. Singing to her now, she says she just a little drunk. My hood game be that good thing. Turn around and throw it back, you know what I want. Make it clap until I throw the cash. She's celebrating cause we made a smash. Protect her and woo.
Welcome to the Mental Margarita Show. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, I do have an American rapper and producer. That sounded real fancy, but you know what? This guy is actually really good at what he does. And he puts a lot of work into what he does. I'm proud to announce Lamar Taz J. How are you feeling, my brother?
I'm feeling great, man. I appreciate you allowing me to come on your show to share my story and my attributes in the music that I've been doing for years, you know?
Wow. And years you have been doing. So hometown California.
Yes, sir. Born and raised in Inglewood, LA area, you know, so yeah, I'm native California is my native home.
I love Cali. I love Cali. I'm telling you, I love it. I lived down in Cali for a little bit, and I always go back and forth. And one thing I love about Cali, besides the weather and all the obvious things, is the music.
Oh
Now,
yeah,
you were born into a musical family?
yes, I was. My father was a producer, musician, songwriter, conductor. He played everything in the book. So
Wow.
instrument wise, he played everything in the book. He wrote music. He worked with a lot of music artists like Jimmy Smith. He worked with Marvin and the Blue Notes, The Boys. He worked with
What?
he worked with a few people. I can't really name them all, but that's the ones I remember because being a kid, I was always around
What?
him.
The legends?
Yeah, like I pretty much I grew up with the boys. Like the boys, like I know all the brothers.
What? The
Yeah,
boys?
yeah.
That's classic. And so
Oh yeah,
you start playing instruments, you start playing the drums and the piano at 1 years old?
yeah. That's what my dad told me. My dad said about like 1 or 2 years old, I was playing piano, and then but drums is what came first because that's rhythm. So
Right.
rhythm comes first, and then piano comes right behind it. But he said I used to sit at the piano and pat it like this, and then as I got old, about 1 or 2, he showed me how to play a C chord, and then it was a wrap after that.
Wow. So once you learn the C chord, you were on your way.
Yes, sir.
And then from there, let me see. What hit you? What touched you as you're starting to develop as a young man? What came about that made you say, I really want to take this super serious?
I believe it was right when my mom passed away. My mom passed away when I was 7 years old, and that's when I was like, you know what? If music is what's going to help me get through this hurt, then that's what I want to do.
Right.
Because I want to share my story with people that lost their parent or their loved one or anyone that was close to them. That's what really made me want to like get deep into the music because of
Yeah.
the loss of my mom. Because that's the hardest thing to do is lose your mom, especially at a young age.
You know what? I don't know personally, but the co-host of this show, Jersey Doll, she lost her mom at an early age. And I can only imagine the empty void, the emptiness inside.
Right.
And so the music compensated to some extent, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
there's only so much it can do when you lose your mother,
Right.
but it helped you cope. And now are you starting to develop songs, or are you doing producing? Which one is coming first?
Well, producing, I always produced, always made my own music since I was like actually I wrote my first song at 5 years old. So
Wow.
and I taught my first organ lesson at 5 years old. So
What?
I've been a songwriter since I was 5. But when I turned 7, after my mom passed away, I wrote a poem, and then that's what got me into writing. Was when I wrote this poem for my mom. I don't remember what the poem is because it was years ago, but that's what got me into songwriting was that. And when I was like, oh, I could songwrite, and then uh, I started producing at I think I was like 9 years old when I first produced my first song with my father. Like I produced the song with him,
Wow.
and that's what got me into producing. And I started making beats, like on a I don't know if anybody remember the rolling keyboard where you could record on the rolling keyboard and you could record different
Yeah.
tracks. Yeah, that was the first keyboard I ever made a beat on was the rolling keyboard, and I think it was like a rolling. I think it was a rolling 20. I think it was back in the day, but it was the one that has all the extra buttons on it. And my dad used to have one of those keyboards, so that's my first ever keyboard making beats on.
Wow, the rolling. And then you were rolling, and being the fact that you're working with your father, how was that experience like? I mean, I mean, that's something that's really special.
Yeah, it was, man, it was a great experience. I know my dad. I was playing piano and drums for Kulu like for a while, and then my dad one day, I was 12 years old. I will never forget this day. I was in my room chilling, and he was like, "Come here." I was like, "What's up, pops?" He was like, "I'm gonna teach you to play the bass." I said, "What?" I was like, "The bass?" I said, okay. So he gave me the bass, and he was like, "This is the strings." And he told me the four strings, and then he said, just like playing the piano, but instead of playing the piano, you're using your hands. And it took me 2 days to learn how to play the bass. And then right
What?
after that, he puts me in a band to play jazz at the Hollywood Casino in Inglewood.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this again. So right after that, you're playing jazz
Right.
at the Hollywood. You said what? The Hollywood?
Casino. The Hollywood Casino was like 90. I want to say it's like 96 because I remember when the Bulls was playing somebody in the finals in 96. And I remember they had it on TV, and I was playing the bass for a jazz band at the Hollywood Casino. I was like 12 years old.
Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, this is the youngest in charge here. Well, this is crazy. So, well, you're doing all this stuff. Now, you're bringing it to the studio. You're recording. You're making these songs. Any albums is coming out now? Are you having a vision now? Like, hey, I want to get signed. What's going on in your head?
So, to piggyback to my younger years, I started producing. I really got into producing, like around, I want to say when I was like 20, 22, 23. I was 22, 23 when I really got into producing, but I was producing groups. I was producing a group called Street Dynasty out of Inglewood. I was producing like artists would come to my studio, and I was producing them, recording them. My dad always taught us how to engineer ourselves. Like if we
I
ever
love.
go to a studio, we have our own studio where we could like record ourselves, engineer ourselves, mix and master ourselves, and stuff
Wow.
like that. So I always had that in my pocket. So about 22, 23, I had my own little studio where people was coming to record, and I was engineering them and producing them. And then I ended up moving to South Carolina in 2008. And I was about 26, 27 around that. I think I was like 25, 26 around that time. And I ended up working for Quantum Beats recording studio in South Carolina. And that's when
Oh,
I first got my first actual like professional studio experience. And I was their California producer because I moved from Cali to South Carolina. And I was producing there, and I had produced I did tracks for Nadalak. He's a rapper from Florida. He did he had a song on BT Uncut After Hours or something like that.
okay,
I
yeah.
did a song for a girl named Lily, Bad Bad. I did a song for Berg 4.0, but he goes by DJ Break something like that. I don't know. But back then he was Berg 4.0, and I ended up doing it was a club they had, and now I'm getting to the part where I started rapping. It was a club they had in South Carolina that they had a drink called the Woo Woo. And
Uh-oh.
so Bird 4.0 was like, hey, make a beat, take the down south and your West Coast and put it together and make a beat. I said, okay, because it don't take me long to learn a style of genre to put together for West Coast. You feel me? So I made a beat for the Woo Woo song, and he performed it, recorded it, performed it at the club, and it was a hit. And then I was sitting in the car one day, and I was like, I want to learn how to rap. I mean, I produce. I'm a musician. I'm a DJ. I'm
Why
a
not?
DJ, producer, musician.
Yeah.
I write songs. I write scores. I do all that stuff. And it's like, why not rap? So 2009, I wrote my first rap song. It was called "Shake What Your Mama Gave You," and that song became a hit. So I've been rapping since '09. So
Wow.
but I didn't release my first album until like 2000, and yeah, 2011 is when I released my first album. It was an EP called The Storybook.
The storybook.
The Storybook, yeah. But I never put it on platforms. It was just I had it on CDs. I had it on
Hey,
CDs.
you know what? There's nothing wrong with having the CDs back in the days were the platform, right?
Right, 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 right,
Yeah. So
right.
things have steadily evolved. But so now I want to take it back now because you said shake what your mama gave you. Now that does something to me, and it takes me down memory lane because I lived, I'm originally from Miami.
Okay.
They had a bass song, and I'm sure you might have heard this before, but they had a
Hmm.
bass that said "Shake What Your Mama Gave You," and
Right.
it was a real fast bass song.
Right.
So, were you inspired by that, or you didn't even
No.
know that it existed?
So the funny story behind the song I wrote is I was DJing at a club in Victorville, California, and these these uh these white girls were dancing to a song, and they was offbeat. And knowing me, because I danced too, and I was trying to help them out, and I was like, I could write a song that people could dance to, and it doesn't matter how you dance because you're shaking what your mama gave you.
I love it. I love it. So you were thinking of something completely different than the brothers that I'm talking about, and
Yeah,
that happens all the time in music.
right,
And by the way, I got a chance to listen to your other song that was inspired from the original, right?
right.
Let Loose.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I can't. I'm like, tell me about Let. Yeah.
Okay, so man, Let Loose is it's a story for you. And I'm gonna try to make it as short as I can for you. Let Loose.
Take
I I
that.
I, I wrote Let Loose about 2021.
Okay.
I lost my father in 2020.
Oh, hear
Yeah,
that.
so that took me into a very
Hmm.
dark place in my life, you know.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I had moved to Vegas, and I was living in Vegas, and I was doing producing out there and recording out there, and I was doing songs. I produced a whole album for somebody, but it got to the point where, like, I wasn't feeling happy because my dad's not here. I don't have no way of this. Like my inspiration is not here no more, you know.
That
And
was your
huh?
that was your rock.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I ended up moving from Vegas to 29 Palms, California, where I reside right now. And I was at home, and I made the beat like probably like months ago. I made the
Hmm.
beat. And then you know how you at home and you chilling, and I play Xbox. I'm a gamer. I'm playing Xbox, and it just hit me. Boom. And it said I was listening to the beat, and it was like, shake what your mama gave you, let loose. Start playing the game again. Shake what your mama gave you, let loose like a goose. Two-stepping if you. I'm just thinking, like, what can go with that? Let loose like a goose. Two-stepping if you choose. Oh, try to see what it do. And then that's how the hook came about. And then when the hook came, I just kept singing the hook to myself. And then I got up, recorded myself singing the hook, and then I let the hook and the beat play for like a good couple of hours. And then I just like, you know what? I said, I should talk about a story. And mostly what I do is in my songs, I talk stories. I speak about stories and things that I've been through, went through, or things that I seen from friends, or I try
Right.
to keep it like a storytelling song. So I said, my first verse, I said, "What's up, ma? What's your name? What's your age? Where you stay? Gotta be more careful where I lay. The way my life is set up, I'ma spark this blunt." So think about it. Think about it in hood term. I'm
Right.
walking down the street. I see a pretty looking girl walking down the street. What's up,
Right.
ma? Sometimes you gotta ask a girl what's your age because you don't never know.
Right. Right. You gotta be
So
careful.
and then being from LA, you gotta understand what area she lives in because
You
you
better.
never know. You never know.
Right.
So that's the whole first part of that song, and that's how I wrote the song. I just thought about it like being on the streets talking to a girl, and then I start talking about like relationships and how guys holler at the girl, and like he might see one to two, three girls, or four girls, or five girls, six, seven girls, and you want to holler at all the different girls because you in a club, or
Right.
you walking down the street, and then I got more into like dancing, like you gotta two-step sometimes, when you having fun.
And moving, come on.
So people like to party like 1999. I'm an
Right.
80s baby. I'm an 80s baby. So I like to party like it's 1999. Two-stepping, just a easy
Right.
dance, So my
Hey.
whole verse, so my whole verse was just speaking about the streets, talking to a girl in the streets, and then I start talking about being in the club, and then letting the ladies know like you can still shake what your mama gave you, and it don't have to be bad, don't have to be vulgar or anything like that,
Right.
So
Oh, you know what I love about that? I love that you took a different way. It doesn't have to, because after a while that gets old, right?
yes, yes,
You want something else too. I mean, come on.
yeah,
Give me a little bit more than that. But anyway, but yeah, that's great. And
yeah,
so that loose is taking off. You're doing your thing, shake what your mama gave you, and everything is working well.
yeah.
You're performing in Oakland, you're performing in Vegas, you're getting the word around. Now, what is the next step for you? What is your vision? Let's say the next 3-5 years, what is it you want to do?
So right now I'm working towards going on tour. I signed a distribution deal with Bentley Records. They signed me for Let
Oh,
Loose.
wait a minute, come on.
Yeah, so they signed me for they say that again?
I'm excited.
Yeah, they signed me for they gave me a deal for Let Loose. They gave me a single deal and an album deal. So it was like for distribution. So I have a single, which is Let Loose, which is on their platform, and that's also on my platform. And then I have a whole album that I did with them for the deal. And right now, they have so my thing right now, I'm trying to go on tour because I want people to really I want the the world. Well, I mean, the world is already hearing the song, but I want people to see me in action, like get the feel of my performance.
Doing the
Like
two step.
right, because I love to entertain people. That's my thing. I love it because
Right.
my when people say they get they love they're feeling they love from doing music. Well, my feeling love is music, but I love the people energy. That's how I that's my what is it called? My cup of tea. You
Your
feel
cup of
me? My cup
it's
of tea.
it's rewarding to engage and to feel that energy.
Right, right,
You
right,
can't compare it
right.
to anything. It's like such a high.
hmm So right now I'm working on going on tour. Also, I'm working on um I want to reshoot the music video for Let Loose to give it more expect to the song because my second verse talks about more about me and
Right.
who I represent as an artist because no lie, people tell me all the time when I perform I look like Biggie Smalls and Heavy D put together on stage because I dance
Hey,
when I
those are
perform.
let me tell you something. Those are two legends, so you're in good company.
Right. So I gave Heavy D a shout out on my second verse on the song,
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah. So and pretty much my second verse tells you how old I am and everything. So I'm letting you know a story about me as an artist in my second verse. So
Right.
I do want to reshoot the music video to give people more of a picture aspect of the song.
Right.
Because right now I do have a video out for it, but it's just showing me performing in different places. It's not really giving you the real meaning of the song.
And you're
So, but
actually
my yeah, the vision, yeah. But my main thing right now, I really want to go on tour, or I want to find like an artist, like another hip hop artist where I could open up for them. Like, let me be your opener. Let me get the crowd hype. Let me bring that energy to
right.
to your show. Because once I get off stage, and when you get on stage, the energy gonna be so high up that everybody and their mama gonna love it. They gonna be like, oh, this is different. This energy is different in here. And that's me. I love energy. Like I've been to a lot of shows. Like the show I did in Oakland, like it was other people performing and the energy, like I'm watching the crowd and like people into it, but it wasn't no
Well,
energy. But when I got on stage, it was a whole different energy. People had their phones out, people was dancing. It was like I was like, yeah, okay, I'm ready for this. This is the next step for me is to either open up for somebody or go on tours. One of the two.
you took it to the next level. with the energy. And the energy is so important.
Yeah.
And if you want them to shake what their mama gave them, you gotta have energy.
Yes.
And you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that maybe you need to do maybe you could do some of the video in Vegas too, you know?
Oh
Might
yeah.
be an interesting thing to do.
Yeah. Well, I definitely will be coming out there to do the remix video with I can't think of his name right now. The one that you just interviewed huh?
Chemical?
Yeah, Chemical. I did he's on my remix and the Let Loose remix, and I know he said he wanted to do a music video to the song. So I know I'm definitely gonna be coming out there for him. So
Up to Chemical. That's our brother. That's family. Part of the
yeah.
mental market family. And you know what? You're part of the family too as well. How do they get in contact with you?
I'm on Instagram as Lamar Tazjay. That's LamarTazzjay. That's my Instagram, my Facebook, and my TikTok. This when you type in for TikTok is Lamar Tazjay music for TikTok.
Nice. And so Sledge on the Beats, that still in existence or no?
Oh, okay, so Sledge on the Beats is me. I mean, if you listen to all the music on my albums, I have about 11 or 12 albums out right now. I've been
Wow.
my album. I dropped my first album 2017, and I think the latest album I have out right now was like from 2023. It's the last little album I came out with. I haven't came out with nothing new yet because I'm focusing on Let Loose right now. So I'm trying to like wait to. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still writing. I just haven't dropped nothing yet.
You
But
gotta play that video game. That's what all the hits come when you're playing the game.
I do play. I play a game called Neon Abyss right now. It's on Xbox. I play that and I'll be sitting there and I'll be playing. I was like, let me write that down.
Oh, it's Neon what Abyss?
Yeah, Neon Abyss.
What is that about?
It's kind of like it's a one player game, but it's kind of like Zelda from back in the day.
Oh, Zelda back in the days, The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kind of like that. You fight all these different monsters and bosses to get to the
Oh,
main boss. Yeah.
that's cool. That's cool. I love those games.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's great. So
Yeah.
you
So
keep riding, man. Keep riding.
oh, I will. So and then to to go back on the part where you asked about the sledge, yeah, the Sledge on the Beats.
Right.
Okay, so my producer name always been either DJ Sledge on the Beats, but I kind of shortened it to Sledge on the Beats because the DJ part was too long. So I just shortened it to Sledge on the Beats. But all my beats are made by me. I do all the composing myself. All the instruments that I play in the beat, I could write it for bands to play. I could write it for orchestras to play. I have done it before. I did it for my dad's orchestra back in like 07, 06, 07. I wrote a whole album of songs, and I wrote them out for his orchestra to play. And I remember when he had me coming down and sit and listen. I cried the whole entire time they played all 8 songs. Because I was like, I really wrote that. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, I said Sledge on the Beats is always going to be me. That's my producer name. I'm always going to be, every time you hear a beat by me and it says Sledge on the Beats, that's me.
So any artist that's watching right now, if you guys need some musical enhancement, some tracks, Sledge on the Beats, holla at my man. And any established artists or seasoned artists, he's
Right.
ready to open up for you. He's ready to get this started.
Oh yes, yes sir, yes sir. And then also too, I want to piggyback a little bit. I do have a YouTube channel called Sledge Jones Productions LLC. I do have a talk show that I do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right now, I shut it down for right now because I'm waiting on the microphones to come in. But I also do have a reality/documentary that I'm doing, and I have season 1, episodes 1 through 7 on there right now. Go subscribe to the channel Sledge Jones Productions LLC. Please go subscribe because I really want people to see what I got going on, because the show's called The Man with the Many Talents, and I'm really showing all the different talents. Crump dance too. I don't know, a lot of people don't know about that, but I crump dance too, and that's a style of dance that's been out for years, and I've been in the game for like 20, 21, 22 years now. So that's something I do besides music, so
crump dance.
yeah,
This guy,
crump dance.
he plays the bass, he does the horn strings. I mean, the piano, everything. I mean, you know what? I am so proud of you, my brother.
Thank you.
And I
Thank you.
want you to keep doing what you're doing, because I see nothing but more and more success and blessings coming your way. And I'm sure your mother and father is showering them down on you. And you
Right.
got a beautiful soul and a beautiful spirit. And it's a pleasure to have you on the Mental Margarita Show, brother.
A pleasure that you had me. I thank you so much for this.
All
Thank
right,
you.
man. We gotta link up soon.
Oh,
You gotta
yes.
Vegas. We gotta collaborate. All right, brother.
Oh yes, I will definitely be staying in touch with you.
Sledge on the beats.
Shake what your mama gave ya, let loose like a goose. Two-stepping if you choose. I'm tryna see what it do. Shake what your mama gave ya, let loose like a goose. Two-stepping if you choose. I'm tryna see what it do.
What's up, ma? What's your name? What's your age? Where you stay? Gotta be more careful where you lay. The way my life is set up, I'ma spark this blunt. On the scene, it's a hunt. It's duck season, I'm the run. I'm about to stunt, pull up with the keys. I'm on a treasure hunt. I'ma grab you and her too. On a wave hunt, king status, what it do? It's a fling session, 4 + 3 makes 7. Smoking green float on the surface. Two-stepping got you nervous. Set it down like the Secret Service. All the ladies with a dunk, bend it over. You better shake what you got, game over.
Shake what your mama gave ya, let loose like a goose. Two-stepping if you choose. I'm tryna see what it do. Shake what your mama gave ya, let loose like a goose. Two-stepping if you choose. I'm tryna see what it do.
It never stops, let loose. It's the new height, off top. I'm the new heavy D, RIP to the great, no debate. Shake what your mama gave ya, it holds weight. On the dance floor, it's time to escape. Let loose from the gate, the party begins at 8. No walls up, it's time to penetrate. Just a king moving to position, checkmate. Two-stepping ain't a fluke, we gonna party like 1982. I'm an 80s baby, two-stepping in the womb. Don't let this body fool you, get down in the ballroom. I stay on the west, no need to impress. Let loose and undress. It's the summer, no shirt, I'm in my vest. Let loose, let loose.
Shake what your mama gave ya, let loose like a goose. Two-stepping if you choose. I'm tryna see what it do. Shake what your mama gave ya, let loose like a goose. Two-stepping if you choose. I'm tryna see what it do.
Hey, Dynamite.
What up, Taz?
Hey, man, they know the dance, right?
That's right.
But I think it's time for everybody just to let loose, right?
Let loose.
Let's go.
Get it. Just get it. Just get it. Just get it. Let me see. Get it. Just get it. Just get it. Just get it. I said she drop it down low, pick it back up, then she drop it down low, pick it back up. Just get it. Just get it. Just get it.
Let loose.
Just get it.
Let loose.
Oh.
Let loose.
Let loose.
Let loose.
Let loose.
Let loose. You know what? This was the summer jam, right, bro?
That's right.
We gotta let loose. Ha! Let's go. Hee!
Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly announce we have the man of the hour, the shower of power, Derek Washington, R&B sensation. I mean, this guy here, first of all, the voice, the soul. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Welcome to the Mental Margarita Show. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Thanks for having me, man. It's my pleasure, bro. Thanks for having me.
Now, first and foremost, I want to let you know, not only is it an absolute pleasure to have you on the show, you're a fellow Sag. You're Sagittarius like myself. I got a chance to see your birthday's on the 7th, mine's on the 30th.
Heard. Heard.
So I already know how we roll.
Word, heard, word.
And now I want to make sure I'm pronouncing it right. Is it Hattiesburg, Mississippi?
Hattiesburg, Mississippi. That's where I'm from.
Wow. Now, when you think of Mississippi, you know, naturally, you know, people of color, it strikes a chord. A place where there's lots of soul, a lot of struggle, a lot of racism back in the days. You growing up, were you affected by that in any kind of way?
No, no, I wasn't. But you know, my mom was, you know, her mom, her dad was, but I wasn't, you know. But you know, racism still exists, you know, today. But
Right.
we just ain't how can I say it? You just can't, you know what I'm saying, you know, say the, you know, N word and you know what I'm saying, get away with it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So yeah, so you know, but it's still like exists though. Yeah.
It's still there. So it has it progressed as far as, you know, socially? Has it progressed some? I mean, you said that you haven't gone through it as, you know, a child when you were growing up. So would you say that it's progressed? It's just underneath the surface now.
Um, it's progressed a little bit, you know, I can say, but I mean, you know, but racism still exists though, you know that, and I know that,
Right.
like I say, they may look at you and want to say it, but they don't, you know,
Right.
because
Right.
they know what's going, you know what I'm saying, helping, behind it.
Right.
Right. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, it has, but it still exists though, man. Still exists.
And so now, coming from such a beautiful place, because there's a lot of beauty,
Right.
you know, whether white or black, there is a lot of beauty in Mississippi. There's a lot of music. There's a lot of culture. Musically, was that something that was in your bloodline coming up?
Yes, it was. My auntie, she had sung. My brother, he sings. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's through my you know what I'm saying, my blood line, but I'm like the only one that just really just, you know what I'm saying, stuck with it and just, never, you know what I'm saying, just, stuck with it and just, you know, kept on, so it's a strong line, strong bloodline.
Very strong bloodline. Now, was this something? Was your family like? Did they sing in the church?
Yes, my family did sing in the church, and also I had sung in the church too. So that's where a lot of my talent and stuff comes up from. And then I also used to sing in talent shows and stuff, and that's where a lot of my singing had came from. But yeah, it's the church what just really just motivated me to get where I'm at.
And you know what? The reason why I asked that question is because I can feel the soul. You know, you have soul in those vocals of yours. So you end up meeting a producer, Mr. Woody.
Yes, Mr. Woody started me out at the age of 15. I've been singing, actually, I've been singing professionally ever since the age of 15. My first song that I had first song was you you can't turn a street woman into a housewife. And then from on there,
Is that the clean edit?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the only one that's really,
Right.
you can't turn a street woman into a housewife,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's clean. That's clean. Yeah.
So that single was that the first single that you recorded?
Yes, that was the first single that I had recorded. Then I had did Who Am I Fooling? Then after, Who Am I Fooling, I did Love Bone. Then after, Love Bone, I did Help Me Turn This House into a Home.
I love that.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Thank you, man, so much. Thank you so much.
Man, I love that. I love that.
Thank you so much.
I can automatically see for the songs that you title these songs that they already speak to you, and it's so funny because looking over your stuff and getting a chance to listen, that song there, turning that house into a home. I mean, it just hits you because you can have a house, you know, but you don't necessarily have to have a home while you have a house.
True. True.
So what was your thought in that particular song?
I was just gonna say it, man. That was based on an untrue story, man. I'm just being real with you. That was based on a true story, man. Yeah. Yes. Yes, man. I was married with my first wife, and she had three three kids, and it went from there. So yeah, that was actually based on an untrue story, man. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, is all the music that you write and that you sing, is it all based on a true story?
Yes, it is because I sing about my life and my what I'm saying, struggle, what I've been through, and how I have over, came everything. So I mean, it's about my life, everything I do is about, what I'm saying, not just about my life, but I know that is actually someone that's out there can relate what I'm saying, to my music.
Right.
So it's not just about my life, it's about my fans life and my my supporters on life too, what I'm saying, because by them, what I'm saying, vibing up to my music, download, streaming, just showing that, that support, I wouldn't, what I'm saying, be, what I'm saying, who I am. But first of all, the Lord above, he number one, head over
Number
everything.
one. All right. I'm loving that. He is. He's definitely number one. And okay, so let's talk about this here. Here you are out of Mississippi. You're starting to write your singles. Things are starting to move for you. How are you feeling at this time? Are you saying to yourself, you know what, I really can do this right now?
Man, I'm so proud of myself, man, because I never stopped. I never gave up. And I'm saying, to myself, like, wow. I mean, it's just like a dream come true, man, but I was trying to, what I'm saying, rush it at first, but my manager, he was just like, telling me like, D, you guys to be patient. You guys to just you guys to take it step by step.
Yeah.
But number one, he always told me, he said, man, you gotta stay prayed up, man. But he said, take it step by step and trust
Oof.
everything that you are asking God for. He's going to give it to you, but it's not going to be on your time. It's going
On
to be
your time.
so. Yeah, I mean, man, I'm excited, man. I mean, and hey, things are starting to look up for me.
You know what? Things are starting to look up, and I love the fact that you keep mentioning God, because a lot of artists that are out there that are trying to do their thing, and in this industry, there's so much thrown at you that if you don't have your shield up, you're in for some trouble.
You will fall. Trust me, you will fall.
You will definitely fall. Now, what were some of your inspirations? I see here El DeBarge was one.
Yeah, man. L, man. Yeah, I mean, man, people don't know that L man been through a lot, man. But
El got through some stuff.
L been through some stuff, but at the end of the day, man, he never gave up and he continued to keep God head of his life, man.
That's so true.
I read up on him, so I'm a yeah, he's like a big, inspiration, saying to me, man. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you said Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Mike too, man. I mean, you get like Michael, you get much halfway like Mike, you there. You hear me? You
You
there.
more than that, huh?
Okay, exactly. You there. But yeah, man, Mike, I had read and to a little deeper into Mike too, man. Mike he, man, helped out a lot of people, but they just still just want to just make it seem like he was just what he wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
Now, is there any other artists that inspired you besides those two?
Oh man, the Isley brothers,
Hey,
Marvin Gaye, the Temptations, Sam Cooke. Oh,
oh,
I can go on, man. Who the Spinners, man. I mean, man, the list goes on and on and on. Because that's my soul. That's my saying, my root.
that's your root.
Yeah, those are my root. They say you always got to go back to your root, so
You gotta go back to your roots.
so you know where you're heading to.
That's what I'm talking about, right there.
Oh yeah.
Now you've done some performances. I mean, some notable ones. You performed with Tucker, the King of Swing.
Yes, I did. That was oh man, that was some years in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. That's where I'm from. And he was performing at the VFW, and I had opened up, for him and stuff. And that was a really big, experience for me. And him and uh Pokey Bear, all them. I had like open up, for these guys before they just got like real big.
Real big, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, shout out to them, you know what I'm saying? Much love.
Now, how would you describe your performance skills? I mean, are you a guy that's gonna get the ladies going crazy?
Oh man, yeah, smooth, soft, sexy vocals, man. Smooth, soft, sexy vocals, man. When I get on that stage, man, I'm in a Mississippi slide and do what it do, man.
Do what it do.
Oh man, oh yeah, I'm finna do what it do.
That's cool. Now, I want to ask you this. You're doing this independently, currently right now?
Yes, I actually I do, have a label which is Heavy House Studios, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Heavy House Studio. I got my manager, I got my role manager, I got my producers and stuff and everything, they've been sticking behind me, for some you know what I'm saying, years now. Um, and I mean this like my my latest album is like I was just really just, giving you the real me, you know what I'm saying? The struggling, the trials, the tribulations, the ups and downs, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
And
telling you.
but yeah, it's going down, man. But yeah, so with that being said, I am, independent, but I got a strong you know what I'm saying, team that's that's behind me, man. So, with that being said.
And you know what? I've seen that. They're very, very supportive of you. And that, I mean, that's got to make you feel good.
Oh man, yes it do. And as you know, my latest single, the one that's doing good, so good right now is Sexy Lady. Oh man, it's tearing the it's tearing the you know what I'm saying, charts up, man. It's it's tearing the,
You
ready.
beat me to the punch. I saw the video. We're
It's
actually
tearing the
gonna
radio stations up, man.
we're gonna play it. We're gonna play it on the show. I love that song.
Thank you so much, man. And I mean, I thank God, when I was in the studio and I was actually, coming up with the song, my manager said, okay, well, why don't you kind of do it like this here, tweak it like this here, say this is here. So, I said, baby, I said, all right, that sound good. Man, laid it down, man. It's been running ever since, man. That ain't nothing but who? God. Number God, man. Number God.
I'm telling you, I love the video. And what I love about the video is it's telling a story, and it's bringing back that true essence of R&B, and it's pure. I love that. I love the fact that it's pure. I love that record. Matter of fact, I had some coffee the other day and I was playing it. I'm like, man, that record is off the chain.
Man, I appreciate you, Slap, man. Much love, man. Hey, I am honored to be a guest on your show, man. I thank you so much, man. Like I say, man, I just want to show the world what I got. You know what I'm saying?
Now, who produced that particular record?
Mark Epic. Mark Epic. He's my producer. Heavy House Studio. He produced the whole album. Him and my manager, Damien Strada. Damien Strada, they produced the whole album. It's like every song that they thought that I need to redo, man. You know, believe it or not, man, I re-recorded "Sexy Lady" 5 times, man.
Hey, it happens. It happens.
Yeah, I recorded it 5 times. Yeah,
That's why it's so good.
yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. For the artists that are tuning in, there is nothing. Because I think a lot of artists sometimes they feel like, oh, I got to go in there and do one take. And you know what? Behind the scenes, it doesn't always work out like that, guys. You got to perfect it, take your time with it. And you definitely did that. And you know what? It's a matter of time. So this album called A Matter of Time is finally came out in a matter of time. And now it's from 2020 to where we're at right now. I mean, did you expect that it would age well?
I kind of knew it because the reason why I knew it is because like my team was telling me that if anything happened overnight, it's not gonna last long. It's going to take some time for it to get out there for the people to know it. And trust me, when they actually get to knowing it and they really get to playing it, it's gonna be out there for years and years to come. So, with that being said, I knew it. And like I say, I just had to be patient.
You just had
I
to
was
be
trying to get
patient.
stuff, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to rush and get stuff out there, but they said, hey, if you be patient, D, trust me, the album is gonna do what it needs to do. And I thank God because it's been doing what it need to do. It's been doing it, man.
Now, what is the scene? What is the music scene like in Mississippi? I mean, is there a lot? I mean, I'm sure there's politics everywhere, but I mean, are people really supportive of the local artists within the region?
No, no, they're not. They don't support me at all. And I'm not gonna sit here and try to make it seem like the state of Mississippi supports me, you know what I'm saying, because they don't. Um, especially if you're not in that you know what I'm saying, clique. I'm
Right.
not I'm not up in it. So they, I mean, they're not, no, they I mean, especially my hometown,
Wow.
Hattiesburg.
Wow.
Hattiesburg, Mississippi, they don't support me at all. But with that being said, hey, that don't stop me. Cause just like King George said, this train gonna keep on rolling. You know what I'm talking about? It's gonna keep on rolling, man.
I
Yeah,
love it. I
yeah.
love it. You know what? You got a great attitude. Your perseverance has proven itself, and I think it will keep proving. Now, with this album, A Matter of Time, is there anything? Is there any favorite track outside of the one that's blazing the airwaves that's dear to you? That's dear to your heart.
Yes, I got one on there. Well, actually, I got two. Well, actually, the whole album, but I got one that's called Mississippi Slide, and I got one that's called Hustling. Hustling. I, I mean, I work my fingers down to the bone. I mean, you'll love that one. Yeah, but Hustling, Mississippi Slide. The list goes on and on and on. But yeah, those are ones that I just like really just, what I'm saying, get in onto.
All right, now we're talking. We got to bring you out to Vegas soon.
Thank you so much. I would love to. I would love to come out to Vegas, man. I promise you I will.
You got to do the Mississippi slide all the way to
Got
Vegas.
you. I got you. I'm gonna slide all across Vegas. I'm gonna slide all across Vegas.
All across. And,
Oh,
and you're gonna have to perform "Sexy Lady."
I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. That's no problem at all. No problem at all.
Now, Derek, how do they reach you? How does the fans reach you?
The fans can reach me on uh, Facebook, Derek Washington recording artist. They can reach me on Instagram, Derek Washington recording artist. Same thing as Twitter. Um, I'm not hard to find. This is my real name. I go by my own real name. And for booking, 601 597-347-8. 601-597-347-8. And my manager name is Damian Strada.
To all my sexy ladies around the world, you know who you are. Hey, that sexy lady. Hey, that sexy lady. Can I take you home and hold you in my arms, baby? Hey, that sexy lady. Hey, that sexy lady. Can I take you home? Can I take you home? Right here is where you belong. Fell off in the club on a Friday night. Peeping this lady, she was looking so tight. Yeah, she was. Her body looked so good to me. Ooh, baby. The way she moved her feet made my heart skip a beat. Hey, that sexy lady. Ooh, hey, that sexy lady. Can I take you home and hold you in my arms? Baby, that sexy lady. Come on, that sexy lady. Can I take you home? Right here is where you belong. Conversations getting deeper, and I'm feeling you. Yes, I am. And the way that you're looking at me lets me know you're feeling me too. I need you, girl. It's 12 a.m. So what you gonna do? Come on. I won't take no for an answer. I got to have you. Ooh, that sexy lady. Ooh, baby, that sexy lady. Can I take you home and hold you in my arms? Hey, that sexy lady. Hey, that sexy lady. Come on. Can I take you home? Right here is where you belong. So come on, boo. Just gotta have you. In the way that you're looking at me, you got to have me too. So sexy lady. So what you gonna do? I'm willing and able to make love to you. Hey, that sexy lady. Hey, that sexy lady. Hey, that sexy lady. Ooh, baby. Can I take you home and hold you in my arms? That's all I wanna do. Hey, that sexy lady. Oh, hey, that sexy lady. I need you, girl. Can I take you home? Right here is where you belong. Hey, that sexy lady. Come on. Hey, that sexy lady. Ooh, baby. Can I take you home and hold you in my arms? Hold you in my arms. Hey, that sexy lady. Hey, that sexy lady. I wanna make sweet love to you. Right here is where you belong. Right here next to me.
You need to get away? Like that song from 1984 by Kenny Loggins? Get footloose. Be able to travel freely and do as you please. There's a very special place where you can dance like nobody's watching, sing like nobody's listening, except for the Pink Lady. Get away to the Goldwell Open Air Museum, celebrating 40 years of footloose fun. Start your fun today. goldwellmuseum.org.
Starstruck, here's a sprinkle of the stardust. Hold your champagne glass and your cigars up. See the guys with mob ties drive the cars up. Bright lights, most nights they buy the bars up. Candy coated Chevy cars on the highway. It's Frankie baby, it's on and this is my way. Dean Martin at the Sands this Friday. With Sammy Davis, here's a little hint where I stay. The city shines like Liberace's mansion. And you know Elvis had the whole city dancing. Showgirl silhouette steady prancing. Shout out to June, just the Copa Girls anthem. Legal gambling, yeah, that would tempt me. It's Sin City, holy water couldn't cleanse me. And Wayne Newton had the crowd in a frenzy. Live at the Stardust, the seats never empty. Now if you having a good time in Las Vegas, at the count of 3, I want to hear you scream, Viva Las Vegas. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Viva Las Vegas!